Hello friends, Kurt Berglund with you and Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. It's my new hit. Everybody seems to be loving the 1970 Chicago Cubs with Fall Classic Baseball. I'm glad you're here. We are up to April 21st, 1970. The Cubs are starting a series hosting the St. Louis Cardinals, who were 81 and 81 in 1970, so pretty close to where the Cubs finished, three games behind the Cubs in 1970. Notable for a lot of star players, Joe Torre, Bob Gibson, and one guy named Dick Allen. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. So this is going to be an interesting test because we're past the Phillies now, we're past the Expos, and now the Cubs are playing some teams that, could actually win. The opposing pitchers today, it is the aforementioned Bob Gibson going for the Cardinals. He was 23 and 7 in 1970. And he'll be opposed by Cubs right-hander Bill Hands. So it's a battle of righties on the mound today at Fenway Park. I'm glad you're with us. Let's get to the starting lineups and roll some Fall Classic Baseball. For the Cardinals, leading off in left field, it's Lou Brock. By the way, these lineups are as played because if we don't, heads explode all over this great land of ours. So the visiting lineups are always as played. I make the home team lineups. Pappas and Pepitone are with the ball club from the start of the season. We'll see if that matters. Jose Cardinal bats second in center field. Dick Allen bats third at third base. Joe Torre bats fourth. He's behind the plate. Ted Simmons is a member of this team, but Torre is catching today. Carl Taylor, you know him, you love him from every 1969 pack you ever opened. He plays first base and bats fifth. Theron Lee bats sixth in right field. Julian Javier bats seventh. He's at second base. Del Maxville bats eighth. He's at shortstop. And there's Gibby. Bob Gibson, 1970. 34 starts, 23 complete games, 290 innings pitched, 274 strikeouts, a whip of 1.19, and a 23-7 record. All right. Homestanding Cubs lineup. Kessinger leads off at short. Beckert bats second at second base. Billy Williams bats third in left field. Ron Santo bats fourth at third base. Johnny Callison bats fifth in right field. Ernie Banks bats sixth at first base. Jim Hickman bats seventh. He's in center field. He has recovered from his maiming. Randy Hundley bats eighth. He's behind the plate. And Bill Hands is on the mound. Bill Hands in 1970 had 38 starts, 12 complete games. He was kind of a wimp. 265 innings, 18-15 record, and he even threw in a save for good measure. So we are ready to go with Fall Classic. See what happens here today as the Cubs play some, I would say, quality competition for the first time. Brock steps in against Hands, and the delivery. Oh, we don't know what they are, do we? Let's find the Bill Hands stuff. He's an A. And Bob Gibson is a C. C stuff for Gibby today. All right, 35. Single 1 to 12. Does Brock get it over Kessinger's glove? No, he does not. And that'll be one gone in the first inning for the Cardinals. Now it's Jose Cardinal, who I forgot was a Cardinal. Cardinal of the Cardinals. The pitch to him, hit in the air to right. Johnny Callison is there for out number two, excuse me. I'm thrown off by Cardinal of the Cardinals. And now it's Dick Allen. Dick Allen hit 34 bombs in 1970 for a 279 average, had 101 ribbies. People don't like RBIs. I like RBIs. I like RBI guys. I know it's a counting stat. I get it, war boy. I get it. I still like them. If you drive in the runs, I enjoy that. Do you enjoy that? Tell me in the comments. Dick Allen. Bill hands to Dick Allen. Allen swings and hits it to right on a line to Johnny Callison, and that will retire the Cardinals in inning numero uno. We go to the bottom of the first, and here comes Gibby, and he's in a bad mood. Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams coming for the Cubs. Against, I don't know, in 1970, are we calling Bob Gibson the best pitcher in baseball? I don't know. You might weigh in on that one in the comments as well. The pitch from Gibson to Kessinger. Hit to center. Dying Quail. Coming on is Cardinal, and he makes the catch for out number one. I'm also going to tell you all game long that Cardinal is playing right field, but he's really playing center field. So it's going to sound like he's playing two positions, but Leron Lee is actually in right field. Glenn Beckert is up. The pitch from Gibson. Ground ball, Del Maxville. He's up with it and throws to Carl Taylor for out number two. Billy Williams, sweet swinging. 2 gone in the first. Nobody aboard. The pitch from Gibby is trouble. This might be out of here. To right and deep. Back goes Leron Lee, and it's gone. On to Sheffield Avenue. Billy Williams crushed it. 1-0 Cubs. Cubs are, as of the start of today's game, they are 7-2, so they are off to a flying start. Ron Santo comes up with a 1-0 Cubs lead. Gibson winds and deals to the Cubs third baseman, line out. Right at Carl Taylor will end the Cubs first, but they get a run on a Billy Williams homer. I'm going to do a stat show on the 70 Cubs coming up here fairly soon. Update you on all the numbers that I'm collecting so far and explain to you why it is that they are 7-2, or at least try to give that a whirl. After one complete, it's 1-0 Cubs. Torrey at the plate, then Taylor, then Lee. Righty, righty, lefty. No, righty, yeah. Righty. Is Carl Taylor a righty? Let's look. Yep, he was a righty. Righty, righty, lefty for the Cardinals. 4-5-6. Hands, winds, and deals, and this is going to be trouble. For Torrey, it's going to be a base hit. Collected by Billy Williams. He fires it back in. Carl Taylor comes to the plate. Nobody out. Hands the stretch, the delivery to Carl Taylor. Looper gonna get over Beckert's head. Let's see. Yes, it does. Callison retrieves it. Torrey stops at second. There are 2 on with nobody out. Here comes Lee to the plate. Didn't really make it in the majors, but boy, was he a monster in Japan. Holy Toledo. All right. 2 on, nobody out. Hands the stretch. The delivery to Leron Lee. A comebacker. He turns and fires to Kessinger. Kessinger's relay to Banks is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 1-6-3 double play turned by the Cubs. Torrey goes to third on the play. He's 90 feet away, but there's two outs. Julian Javier comes to the plate. Bill Hands will work from the windup, as was the custom. The pitch. Base hit, Javier. We're tied at 1. Yeah, this is going to be a challenging series because these guys are the real deal. I mean, okay, they were 81 and 81, but they're 2 years removed from the World Series. Could have won in 69. People forget the Cardinals were definitely in that race. All right, so Javier is at first. There's 2 outs, 1 in. Maxville at the plate. Hands the stretch and the delivery. Lined at center fielder Jim Hickman, who has recovered from the maiming. And that will be 3 outs. We're through 1.5, and we're tied at 1. Looking forward to this series. Going to be good stuff. We'll have them all on my channel for you. Going to ride the 70 Cubs and Fall Classic Baseball as long as you like it. All right, Callison, Banks, and Hickman, lefty, righty, righty against Gibby in the bottom of the second. He winds and deals. It's a 54 chart. A 54 chart. And I happen to have a 54 chart right here. All right, the bases are empty, so that's what we're looking at. We're going to roll our D20. It's a 3. Okay, so it's to the center fielder, and that is Cardinal, and we have to roll for an error on Jose. Cardinal's error number is a 9. All right, so let's see what we got here for him. He does boot it, but now let's see what happens. We go to the exotic error chart. We're going to roll this just for fun. We could go on the cards, but we could go on the fast action cards. We're going to roll it though. Okay, so now we're going to roll the D20 again and see what Jose actually did. It's a 9. It's a single plus an error. On Cardinal, a single plus an error. The runners advance 2 bases. So Callison gets a base hit for his trouble. He's been hot, by the way. And we have an E9, Cardinal getting to error. Cardinal's error allowing him to get to second. So Gibson's got some second inning hijinks to work through. He gives Cardinal a stare. And he gets to work on Ernie Banks. Gibson the stretch and the delivery to Banks. Hey, struck him out. That's Gibson's first. 1 gone. Hoot, they called him. Hoot. Because he looked like a bird when he did his follow-through. Hickman. The pitch from Gibson to Hickman. Strikeout 1-14. Hey, struck him out. Hickman in the first at-bat back since the maiming by Glenn Beckert, who laid him out on a clothesline going back for a short fly ball in center field. Hickman didn't move for 37 minutes. That's a Fall Classic rare play, the 37-minute layout. No, it's not. I'm kidding. That's a joke. Greg Sovan, don't get mad at me. Your game rocks. 2 outs now. Callison at second. First base is open, and Bill Hands is on deck, but they're going to go after Hundley. Bob Gibson, not a fan of the intentional walk. The pitch is going to be a fly ball to center, and this is Jose Cardinal making up for his error, and that will retire the side. So we've played 2, and we're tied at 1. In the Cardinal third, Bob Gibson will lead off. Then we'll go to the top with Brock and then Cardinal. Cardinal knows to stay away from Gibby after making an error like that, so he's on the other side of the dugout. Gibson up. He hit .303 in 1970. My goodness. The pitch is a fly ball to right. Johnny Callison in his tracks is going to put it away for out number 1. Here comes Brock. He's 0 for 1. We're in the third, tied at 1. We're at Wrigley Field. Hands, winds, and deals. Fly ball left field. Sweet swinging Billy Williams. Flashing some leather in left center. Makes the catch for out number 2. Now it's Cardinal. Jose also 0 for 1. Hands, winds, and delivers. Hey, struck him out, and that's hands first. And that retires the Cardinals in inning number 3. After 2.5, we're tied at 1. A lot of teams considered Bill Hands the real ace of the Cubs staff, not Fergie Jenkins, which I find to be very intriguing. But then, that's me. All right, in the Cubs' third, it's Hands, Kessinger, and Beckert, 9-1-2. Bill Hands, 133 in 1970. The pitch from Gibson is a walk. He walks the pitcher. Now it's Kessinger. What to do here? And I think I know what I got to do here, and I think I know what Leo might do here. All right, Gibson the stretch, checks hands. The delivery to Kessinger, he squares to bunt. He gets it down. It's bunted to Gibson. He turns and throws to Carl Taylor at first. No, to Julian Javier at first. That moves Hands up to second base with 1 out, and now it's Beckert. Cub pitcher in scoring position. Gibson the stretch and the delivery to Beckert, and it's going to pay off. Glenn Beckert to right center, and it's going to split Cardinal and Lee and get to the wall. Around first comes Beckert. Home comes Hands. It's 2-1 Cubs on a double by Glenn Beckert. He had 15 of those in 143 games in 1970. And he's roided up early in the season, I can assure you. Billy Williams comes to the plate with Beckert at second, 1 out. Gibson shaking his head on the mound. The pitch to Billy. Hey, struck him out. Number 3 for Gibby. 2 gone, and Santo comes to the plate. Gibson the stretch and the pitch, and it's ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning, uncharacteristic wildness for Gibson. Santo trots down to first, and it's Callison who's 1 for 1 today. Gibson the stretch. Beckert at second. Santo at first. 2 men out. The pitch to Johnny. Ground ball, Javier. He's going to go the short way to Maxville covering, and that will retire the Cubs in the third, but they get a run on 1 hit, and they leave 2. After 3 complete, Cubs 2, Cardinals 1. Cubs-Cardinals rivalry in 1970. That had to be unpleasant. Dick Allen, Joe Torre, and Carl Taylor coming up in the Cardinals' fourth. Bill Hands winds and deals to Allen. Hit to center. This is going to drive Hickman back a few steps, but he's got room, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Joe Torre coming up. 1 for 1. He scored the Cardinals' run. Hands winds and deals. Could be a walk. It is a walk. Joe takes first base. 1 out, 1 on for the Cardinals now, and Carl Taylor coming to the plate. Hands the stretch. The delivery to the Cardinal first baseman. Fly ball into right center. Hickman on his horse, if I can use that expression, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Jogging back to first is Joe Torre, and here comes LeRon Lee with 2 outs. Hands the delivery, and Lee lined into left center field. Hickman getting a workout, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals give Jim Hickman his road work in the 4th inning, but he's up to the task. And, of course, that was a big deal for the 70 Cubs, is could Hickman really play center field? Did he have the range? And there was a lot of skepticism about that. He had the bat. This was Jim Hickman's amazing season, his career year. Okay, and Banks, Hickman, and Hundley, righty against Gibby in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch from Gibson, 54 chart, where are you? Chart 54, where are you? 18. Strike 3. If the catcher range rating is G as he frames the pitch. Well, let's see what kind of skizzles Joe Torre had behind the plate. He is an N. He is an N on his range, testing his pitch framing. So, it's ball 4 if the catcher range rating is a B. Home N gets strike 3. Away N gets ball 4. Well, that's Torre. He's an away N, and that's ball 4. So Ernie's going to take first base to lead off the bottom of the 4th. And here comes the aforementioned Jim Hickman on his way to a 32 bomb, 315 performance. 93 walks for Hickman in 70. Gibson the stretch. He doesn't even have to look at Banks. He's not going anywhere. The pitch home. Hey, struck him out. Number 4 for Gibson. 1 gone in the Cub 4th. Here's Hundley. On deck his hands. Gibson the stretch and the delivery. Hey, struck him out. Number 5. Got him with the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. Bill Hands walked and scored in the 3rd. Banks still at first. The pitch from Gibson. Is gonna be a base hit for the Cubs pitcher. Banks stops at second. 2 on. 2 out for Kessinger. Kessinger is 0 for 1. He bunted successfully in the 3rd. Gibson the stretch. Delivers to Kessinger. It's a ballpark check. And I just happen to have the Cubs ballpark card right here. So, Kessinger is a left-handed batter, being a switch hitter against Gibson. 19 is a base hit. Gonna drop in front of Leron Lee. Banks will score from second. Leo DeRocher needs oxygen in the Cubs dugout. Bill Hands going to 3rd, and Kessinger is gonna try to get to second. But first, we got to check Leron Lee's throwing arm. From right field, he was an average thrower with a 2 rating. So Kessinger's around first. Lee picks up the ball and fires it toward Del Maxville at second base. And Kessinger's in with a head-first slide. All right. So it turns into a double for Kessinger. 3-1 Cubs, most importantly. But the Cubs have a kill shot on the bases with Hands at 3rd and Kessinger at 2nd. Gibson in trouble. It's 3-1 Cubs with a chance for more with Beckert at the plate. Glenn is 1 for 2. Giddy the stretch, the delivery. Ground ball, Javier. He's going to get out of it. To his left, he throws to Carl Taylor, and that retires the Cubs. So another long inning, but the Cubs get a run out of it and no more. On 2 hits, they leave 2. Another Gibson walk scores. We go to the 5th. It's 3-1 Cubs. Bottom third of the Cardinal order coming up in the 5th inning. Javier, Maxville, and Gibson. Julian, 1 for 1. The pitch from Hands. Does he hit him? No, it's a jam job. Ground ball to Santo. He gloves it and throws to Banks for out number 1. Now it's Del Maxville. Maxey only 201 on the 1970 season. Hands, winds, and deals. This is a defense check. First, we got to see if he strikes him out. 1-4, and Maxville fans, nope. 53. It's a chance for a single to center, so it got to the kitchen. Oh my God, I smell gas. We're going to explode. It's a range check for Don Kessinger. He is an 11 on his range. And he makes the play to Ernie Banks for 2 outs. And with nobody on, it'll be Gibson. Gibson was a monster in 1970 with the stick. 303 and 109 at-bats. Couple homers. Pitch from Hands. Hey, struck him out, and that's number 2 for Bill. 5 in a row retired, and 10 of 11. We're halfway through this one. With your scores, Chicago 3, St. Louis 1. Got a good pitching matchup. Gibson against Hands. Meat of the Cub order up in the 5th. Williams, Santo, and Callison, lefty-righty, lefty against Gibson. Hoot, winds, and deals, and this is going to be trouble for Williams. Another hit for Billy. Down the right field line, LeRon Lee's got to go get it. Around first is Williams. He's got a leadoff double. Santo comes to the plate. Gibson the stretch. The delivery to Ron Santo. Hit in the air to left field. Lou Brock under it. Holding is Billy Williams as Brock makes the catch for out number 1. Here is Callison. Gibson the stretch. And the delivery is hit to right and deep. Back goes Lee off the wall. Scoring is Williams. Around first is Callison. He's got a 1-out double. It's 4-1 Cubs on Bob Gibson. Action starting to stir, unbelievably, in the Cardinal bullpen. Red Schoendienst. Bob Gibson looks at Red Schoendienst and just shakes his head, so I don't know what's going on there, but it's not going to be pretty in that Cardinal dugout if Red gets the bullpen cooking. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, Callison at second. Ernie Banks up. He's walked and whiffed today. Pitch from Gibby. Base hit for Banks. To center field. Let's see what kind of arm Jose Cardinal has. They may waive Callison. He is an A. I think I looked that up already. Should have remembered it. And Callison will score without a throw. 5-1 Cubs on a single by Ernie Banks. One out, bottom of the 5th. Cubs are hot. These 70 Cubs can mash. Hickman at the plate, 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. Gibson the stretch and the delivery. It's a defense check now. Hickman does not strike out. It's a 51. Second base error check. That's Julian Javier, and his error number is a 5. And he does not make an error. He gloves it. It's even. So he goes to Maxville for 1. The relay to Carl Taylor is not in time. Hickman beats the rap at first. Look at Jimmy Hickman legging out a fielder's choice. 2 gone now, and Randy Hundley coming to the plate. 2 are in. 5-1 Cubs, bottom of the 5th. 0 for 2 for Hundley. The pitch from Gibson. Hey, struck him out. Gibby's hot under the collar. Number 6 for Gibby. We've played 5 complete. The Cubs add 2 more in the bottom of the 5th. On 3 hits, they leave 1. After 5 complete, it's 5-1 Chicago. Top of the order coming for St. Louis. Hands is in control of this game from that point. From that standpoint, uh, 0 for 2 for Brock. Lou hit 304 in 1970. Hands, winds, and deals. Hit in the air to right. High but not deep. Johnny Callison is there, and there's 1 gone. Now it's Cardinal. Hands, kicks, and delivers. Ground ball, Ron Santo to his left. Gloves it. Plants. Throws to Banks, and there's 2 gone in the Cardinals' 6th. Here's Dick Allen, 0 for 2. Monster fly balls, but that's all they were. Fly balls. Hands, winds, and deals to Allen, and be a double play, but there's nobody on first, and there's 2 outs. It's grounded to Santo. Ronnie gloves it and throws to Banks for out number 3. So after 5.5, it's 5-1 Cubs. Bill Hands has retired 8 in a row. And he has retired 13 of the last 14. Now, in the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the aforementioned Mr. Hands, and then Kessinger, and then Beckert. 9-1-2 for the Cubs coming up against Gibson. Hands is 1 for 1. He has also walked. Gibson winds and deals. Hey, struck him out. Number 7 for Bob Gibson. Gibson's stamina, in case you're wondering, is an inhuman 39 batters. So he's got a long way to go. And he's got a good hitting card, so there's really not a reason to pull him. He's in his C column today, but there's not much better in the Cardinal bullpen. The pitch to Kessinger. Line drive, dying quail, Laron Lee on the run and makes the catch for out number 2. Beckert coming up, 1 for 3. Hit a big RBI double in the 3rd. I like RBIs. I do. I like them. If you drive in runs, that means something. I'm going to tell you something else that's going to blow your mind, my friends. This will blow your mind. If you score a lot of runs, I like that also. Call me crazy. If you get on base and you get all the way around to home plate, I think that's a good thing. I think that's impressive. I think we should reward that. I know it's a counting stat, war boy. I know. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, Beckert up. The pitch from Gibson. Ground ball, Javier. He's going to glove it and throw to Carl Taylor for out number 3. Now, having said that, I like stats. I like sabermetrics. I think there are things that we learn. I think I've got everything Bill James ever wrote written that was produced by a major publisher. So, okay. But I still like RBIs. I still like runs. I think they mean something. I don't know. Call me crazy. Internet guy's going to be all over me for this one. All right. Top of the 7th. Cardinals have some work to do. They trail 5-1. Joe Torre, Carl Taylor, Leron Lee. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. And that is number 3 for Bill Hands. Taylor is 1 for 2. He's up there now. And this is hit to left and deep. Back goes Billy Williams, and it's gone. Onto the catwalk. A 5-2 game now. In case you're wondering about hand stamina, it's 32. He has faced 23 batters so far. So Carl Taylor goes deep. Leron Lee 0 for 2. Hands, winds, and deals. Hey, struck him out. Number 4 for the Cubs right-hander. And Julian Javier 1 for 2. We're in the 7th. It's 5-2 Cubs. Pitch by Hands. Strikeout check. Hey, struck him out. So he strikes out the side. But Carl Taylor takes him onto the left field catwalk. And it's a 5-2 Cubs lead. It's time to stretch him out at Wrigley Field. No sign of Harry Carey in 1970. I think Harry was still in Oakland. No, he wasn't either. He was in St. Louis. He was at Wrigley Field in 1970. He was just in the other radio booth. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau were manning the radio booth for the Cubs, and Jack Brickhouse was in the TV side. Bottom of the 7th, meat of the Cubs order coming against Gibson. Williams, Santo, and Callison, lefty, righty, lefty. The pitch from Gibby is to right and deep. Back goes Leron Lee. Gone. Billy Williams with his second bomb of the day gets the run back. 6-2 Cubs. Gibson shaking his head. Someone's going to pay for this, and it might be Ron Santo. 3 for 4 for Billy Williams on the day. A pair of solo homers and a double. The pitch from Gibson. 54 chart. Chart 54. Where are you? 16. Strike 3 for the, oh boy. Another walk. Torrey can't frame the pitch on the road, so it's a home field advantage for the Cubs. Santo walks for the second time. Callison comes to the plate, and now I am going to get some action going in the Cardinal bullpen because Gibson's due up second. He's going to be shelled in a very brief period of time here. Once you give up 7 runs in Fall Classic baseball, it's pretty much a free-for-all on the mound. All right, so it's going to be, starting in the bullpen, will be Sal Campisi, who was a regular on The Sopranos. No, he wasn't. I'm just making that up. It's a joke. He is starting to throw in the Cardinal bullpen. Gibson is staring at Campisi, and he's staring at Shane Dienst. Callison is up 2 for 3. Gibson the stretch and the delivery. Hit to right. Laron Lee on his horse into right center field, catches up to it and makes the catch. Santo retreats to first. There's one gone in the bottom of the 7th. Now it's Banks. 1 for 2. The pitch from Gibson is a 53. Let's see if he strikes him out first. He does not. Hit to right, Laron Lee, charging hard. Is it going to drop? Lee's range rating is a 9 in right field. And he doesn't make the play. It drops for a hit. Santos stops at second. He had to hold up. He didn't know if Lee would catch it. And so there's 2 on now with 1 out for Hickman. Gibson needs a double play grounder. Hickman's 0 for 3. The pitch from Gibson, ballpark check. Here's the ballpark. It's a 6, and it's a foul ball off the dealings of Mr. Gibson. The next delivery to Hickman. Hey, struck him out on a bender. 8 strikeouts for Gibson, but he's allowed 6 runs. He has not kept his team in the game. And it's Randy Hundley up with hands on deck. Randy 0 for 3. The pitch from Gibson is a base hit for Hundley to left field. Around third is Santo. Brock takes the hit on a hop, and he's throwing home to Torrey. We might have a play at the plate. Brock throws to Torrey. Santo coming in, and he's safe. An RBI single for Hundley scores Santo. Banks stops at second. It is 7-2 Cubs. And here comes Red Shane Dienst out of the dugout. He wants the baseball, and he wants it right now. Bob Gibson's day is over. We're going to see a double switch for the Cardinals. And it's going to be bad news for Laron Lee because his day is over as well. Vic Davalillo has a glove, and he's coming out of the Cardinal dugout. So Campisi is going to bat in Laron Lee's number 6 spot. And Davalillo will bat 9th. Let's see what the Cardinals do with Cardinal. Vic Davalillo, not known for a strong throwing arm, but from right field, neither was Jose Cardinal. So they're just going to put Davalillo in right and call it a day. And he will bat in the 9 spot. Laron Lee is out. Campisi is on. All right, so let me give you Bob Gibson's numbers on the day. Gibson went 6 2/3 innings. we go. 6 2/3 innings. He allowed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 hits. 2 of them were homers. He struck out 8. He walked, and this was the killer. He walked 4, and 3 of them came around to score. So far, he has allowed 7 runs, and he's got 2 more guys on base that are his responsibility, Banks and Hundley. He is in line for the loss in this ball game. Sal Campisi was a right-hander for the 1970 St. Louis Cardinals. 37 games, 49 innings. He was 2-2 with 4 saves. He has a fatigue rating of 9. And he is facing Cubs pitcher Bill Hands with 2 outs. I cut these cards, by the way. I'm the guy that can't cut straight. That's why they look off center. All right, so Campisi the stretch, and the delivery to Hands is a 64. Popped him up. This is Julian Javier on the infield dirt, and he will make the catch for out number 3. But the Cubs score 2 more in response to the Cardinals getting a run in the top of the 7th. The Cubs get 2 in the bottom of the 7th on 3 hits, and they leave 2. The bases on balls were the killer for Bob Gibson today. And we go to the 8th with your score, Chicago 7, St. Louis 2. Nope. We don't want Laron Lee. We want Bill Hands to do the pitching for the Cubs. It'll be Maxville, Davalillo, and Brock 8-9-1 in the Cardinals' 8th inning. Pitch to Maxey is a 63. Ground ball, Banks. He's going to take it to first himself, and there's 1 gone in the Cardinal 8th. Here's Vic Davalillo, 111 games. A lot of pinch hitting for Vic. 311 average. The delivery by Hands is grounded to Kessinger. He's up with it and throws to Banks for out number 2. Top of the order now, Lou Brock, who's been a disappointing 0 for 3. Hands, winds, and deals. Ground ball, Kessinger. He gloves it and throws to Banks, and that retires the Cardinals 1-2-3 in the 8th. Hands is still fine for stamina. He's faced 28 batters. He can go 32 before that might become an issue. After 7.5, Cubs 7, Cardinals 2. Campisi coming out for his first full inning of work. But this is looking like mop-up duty at the moment. Top of the order for the Cubs, Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams. Cubs are marching toward their 8th victory in 10 starts. Kessinger 1 for 3. Campisi winds and deals. Ball 4, he walked him. Beckert up now, 1 for 4. Billy Williams on deck with a big 3 for 4 day going. Campisi the stretch and the delivery. This is a ballpark check. Base hit for Beckert. Kessinger around second, heading to third. Beckert around first. The Cardinals aren't going to like this. He's trying to stretch. Average arm 2 for Cardinal in center field. Beckert running to second. The Cardinals throw into Maxville is in time. He guns down Beckert, trying to stretch into it all. 1 gone in the 8th. You think the Cubs and Cardinals don't like each other? Pretty obvious. Cubs trying to run it up 5 late. Billy Williams comes to the plate. Campisi, the stretch, checks Kessinger at third. The delivery is a defense check, unless he... Oh, we don't know what Campisi is yet. See what kind of stuff he's got. He's got A stuff. Now we'll roll for the strikeout. He does not strike him out. Defense check is hit to Maxville. Check Maxie's error rating. At short, his error number is a 4. So, let's see if he can make this play. He boots it. Run number 8 coming in. Kessinger jogs home. Williams is safe on a 2-base error. He launches it into the first base box seats, and that'll be a 2-base error on Maxville. Here comes Santo. 0 for 2. Chance for more. Campisi in trouble. The pitch to Ronnie. Ground ball, Maxville. Williams takes off for third. Maxville throws to Carl Taylor at first, and there's 2 gone, as Williams is now 90 feet away. And the Cubs are really taking it to the Cardinals in Game 1 of their season, their matchups this season. 2 for 4 for Callison. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Campisi winds and deals a 43, and he walked him. Cubs at the corners now for Campisi. It's Ernie Banks at the plate. Campisi the stretch and the delivery. Hey, struck him out, and that will end the Cubs' 8th, mercifully, for the Cardinals. They get another run, though, on a hit, a walk, and an error. 2 walks and an error. We go to the 9th. Bill Hands wants to finish the deal with your score. Cubs 8, Cardinals 2. Cardinal, Allen, and Torrey, 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for St. Louis. Between them, they are 1 for 8. The threesome collectively, 1 for 8. Bill Hands has allowed 4 hits, one of them a home run to Carl Taylor. He has walked 1, he has struck out 5. The pitch from Hands. Base hit Cardinal, he's on. Dick Allen coming to the plate. Leo DeRocher is going to get some action going in his bullpen just in case. Roberto Rodriguez starts to warm. Dick Allen 0 for 3. Hands the stretch and the delivery to the temperamental one. That will not be a strikeout. Let's see what happens here on a roll of a 51. It's a shortstop exotic error chart. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, so we got a runner on first. It's hit to Kessinger. A real bad throw to second base by the shortstop. The runner goes to third. He scores. The right fielder makes a bad throw home. All right, so it's grounded to Kessinger. He airmails Beckert, and it's into right field. Callison charges. Now, Cardinal is around third. We got to do an error check on Johnny Callison and see if Callison airmails Randy Hundley at the plate. He's in right, so his error number is a 7. All right. The throw home is not over Hundley's head, so the runners stop where they are at second and third. Well, the Cardinals have something going now in the ninth. It's an 8-2 game, but Torrey's coming to the plate. On deck, Carl Taylor, who went deep back in the seventh. Cardinal at third, Allen at second base. Nobody out in the ninth. Hands. This is 28, 29, 30 as two more batters before fatigue. The pitch from Hands to Torrey, and there's a base hit for Joe Torrey to left field. Scoring is Cardinal. Allen is not fast, so he's going to hold. Cardinals at the corners now. It's 8-3. Here's Taylor. Rodriguez is being joined by Phil Regan in the Cubs bullpen, as Hands apparently has hit the wall. Cubs infield, double play depth. Hands the stretch and the delivery. Ground ball, Don Kessinger. He goes to Beckert for one. The relay to Banks is not in time. Taylor beats the wrap. Cubs get an out at second as Torrey is eliminated on the force out 6-4. Taylor gets an RBI. It's now 8-4 Cubs. There is one out, and Campisi is due. He is standing in the on-deck circle, and Shane Dienst waves him back to the dugout. We will see a pinch hitter for Sal Campisi. So out of the dugout comes the left-handed hitting Joe Haig. To pinch hit for Campisi. Haig, 271 in 1970. Looks like he was basically a full-time player. So, a left-handed pinch hitter, 271, 14 homers in 139 games. Now, at first base is Carl Taylor, one out, 8-4 Cubs. Hands the stretch and the delivery to Haig, and there's trouble. A base hit for Haig. Let's see where it goes. To left field. And around third goes Taylor. Where in the world is he going? He's going to try and get to third. Billy Williams licks his chops. He's going to throw for him at third base. Williams' arm is a 4, an average 4. Taylor heading for third. The headlong slide, the throw to Santo, the tag is in time, and they gun him down, trying to go first to third, down 4 runs. Yikes. Base running gaff by Carl, the Truth Taylor, and there's 2 outs in the ninth now for Javier, who's a 251 hitter. He will bat. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and we are in the fatigue zone, but Leo's going to let Hands try and finish. Javier 1 for 3, Maxville on deck, but nobody believes he'll bat if it comes to that. The pitch. Hit in the air to center. This'll do it. Jim Hickman there, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and the Cubs win this ball game. They are now 8-2 in their first 10 games of the 1970 season. Give you the totals for the victorious Cubs. 8 runs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hits. They committed 1 error. Cardinals, 4 runs on 7 hits. They committed 1 error, 2 errors. Losing pitcher is Bob Gibson, and he's not happy about it. The winning pitcher for the Cubs will be Bill Hands with a complete game victory. He is now 2-0 on the young season. All right, the star of the game, I'm going to say, is Billy Williams with a 3-for-5 effort, 2 homers, a double, and most of it off Bob Gibson. Thank you for being with me. I'm Kurt Berglund. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. More 1970s Cubs with Fall Classic Baseball coming soon. Thanks for being with me. So long, everybody.